So my name is Christina Upsher. I graduated from St. Joe's in 2015 with my MBA. I currently work as a research business administrator at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. So in my current role, I'm responsible for the management of finances for sponsored projects for several divisions and one center at the hospital. For those who are familiar with research administration, my duties are geared towards the post-award side. So this entails ensuring that the principal investigators are adhering to guidelines that are stipulated in the award, financial review and forecasting, engaging and fostering relationships with the PIs, the department, and the lab staff, because you meet with them, most often. I'm also a co-lead on a task force that was established to identify and resolve matters affecting processes pertinent to the post-award management of the grants. For that question, a typical path, so to speak, or entry path, I would say for research administration, it's a bit different because it's not an industry that's well known. At least it wasn't well known to me. And I found that a lot of people come into this industry or come into these types of jobs as they just happen upon it. It wasn't something that they were like, oh, when I graduate, I'm going to go into research administration. It was more or less like a friend referred them to a position, or they may have served in like a grants management capacity at a nonprofit. But for someone to just say, hey guys, I'm going into research administration, it wasn't like that. I was given an opportunity through two friends of mine who encouraged me to apply for a position at another institution. And so that's how I came into this industry. I would say you definitely need the technical and the hard skills. So I would say math and accounting. But more importantly, you would need the soft skills, such as, your character, your integrity, empathy, communication. I would also say that critical thinking skills are also helpful, because in my role, you are constantly addressing needs of other departments, of other entities. So there's compliance, there's the human resources aspect, there's even the lab or scientific aspect. So you're answering all types of questions for different types of people and learning to navigate what's most important, what's not so important, or how can you best address this issue. So I would definitely say critical thinking skills and being able to communicate and engage with others, being able to have, good conversations and establish good rapport with all the different entities that you're working with. I would say that those are definitely the skills you would need. And it's funny, just going back to like the whole math and accounting thing. Prior to me working in research administration, and even prior to me coming to St. Joe's, I had never worked using dual screens. It wasn't until I took an accounting class at St. Joe's that I used dual monitors, and it changed my life having to use both monitors, and we use them, at work now. So I would say that was one thing that St. Joe's gave me. I would say with regard to the research administration aspect, I would suggest that students engage in, of course, you will want to engage in certain volunteer projects. So if there's like a program that you're interested in, or a volunteer project that you're interested in that, it feeds a passion of yours, I would say definitely join that. But I would also say consider joining professional organizations. So anything that's geared toward your specific field of study. So in terms of research administration, there are two geared specifically toward this industry, and those are the National Council of University Research Administrators, which is NCURA, and the Society of Research Administrators International, which is it's referred to as SRA, or was at one point, but I think they may have changed it just simply because there are so many acronyms for SRA. Again, I would say definitely join some organizations, because there's so much that we deal with in terms of accounting, at least in post-award side of research administration. I would say if there were accounting programs or accounting associations, that may also be an option for you. But I would say upon joining these organizations, you would definitely want to participate in the activities that they offer. Sign up to lead one of the committees, and if the opportunity presents itself for you to serve as an officer, I would say to take on that as well. Not only will you grow as a person because you're actually leading and you're gaining more responsibility, but you become a subject matter expert, and that'll allow you to help even more people. I can't say that I faced any barriers, at least not so far. Not so far. I haven't faced any barriers, and I'm not sure what that would be like going, if I were to continue to pursue, multiple roles in research administration. But I would say that one thing is the fact that it's not well known, or it's not as popular as other, like I said, it's one of those things that's unknown. You don't know about it until you get into it. As I mentioned before, NCURA and SRA, those are two professional organizations that you could get into. I would definitely say possessing and developing good communication skills is key. I would suggest reading Everyone Communicates If You Connect by John C. Maxwell. Great book in terms of how you engage with others and learning how other people like to be communicated to. I also found taking personality assessments to be helpful, particularly the DISC assessment. So when this is utilized correctly, it can be a great source of help when communicating with other people, because it teaches you not only how you are and what you like, but it also teaches you how others like to be communicated to. So depending upon your style, you may not want all of that detail. Just, give it to me quick. And then for those, there are others who they want to engage, they want to get to know you. So they want you to talk with them more. But if you don't know this, you just come at them any kind of way. So by taking that assessment, it definitely helps you learn how others like to communicate and be communicated with. Honestly, I wish they would have told me that I would only get to take 3 classes in my concentration. I mean, it's not so bad because it caused me to seek additional resources. As a result, I'm now being mentored and trained by some of the best that are, and upcoming leaders in leadership and personal growth industries. And so just to go back a little bit, my concentration was leadership, ethics, and organizational sustainability at St. Joe's. So like I said, because I was only given so many courses, it caused me to seek further and to look for more information, to keep going, to continue learning. So I would say that would have been one of the things I wish they would have told me as a student.